Imagine the world as one giant family, a family that spans across continents and oceans. Just like in your family, there are lots of different people, or in this case, countries, each with its own unique culture and traditions. Everyone has their own personality, their own way of doing things, and sometimes their own ideas about what's fair and just. Now, think about your family. Think about the times you've spent together, the laughter, the joy, and even the disagreements. Do you always agree with your siblings? Do you always see eye to eye on every issue? Do you always get along with your parents? Probably not. There are bound to be moments of conflict. Disagreements happen, and that's okay. It's a natural part of being a family. The same thing happens between countries. They have their own disagreements and conflicts. They don't always see eye to eye, and sometimes these disagreements can become serious, affecting many lives. Just like families have arguments over who gets the last slice of pizza, or who gets to control the TV remote, countries can have disagreements too, over resources, borders, and policies. These disagreements can be about all sorts of things, from minor issues to major conflicts, but no matter how big or small the issue, it's important to remember that everyone is part of the same family, the human family, bound by our shared humanity. And just like in your own family, it's important to try to work things out peacefully, through dialogue and understanding. Countries can learn from their disagreements too, finding common ground and mutual respect. It's important for them to find ways to resolve their differences peacefully, just like you do with your family, fostering a world of harmony and cooperation. Sometimes countries fight because there's not enough of something to go around. Think about it like this. If there's only one cookie left and two kids want it, there might be a problem. Countries can have similar problems with things like water, food, oil, and other resources. If there's not enough water for everyone, countries might argue over who gets to use the rivers and lakes. These resources are essential for survival and development. When these resources are scarce, tensions can rise between countries, leading to conflict. The fight for resources isn't just about survival, it's also about economic power. This highlights the importance of equitable distribution of resources and international cooperation to manage shared resources effectively. Just like people have different beliefs and customs, countries do too. Sometimes these differences can lead to misunderstandings and conflict. Imagine if you and your friend had completely opposite ideas about what's fun. You might have a hard time agreeing on what to do together. Countries can have similar problems when their cultures and beliefs clash. Different religions and cultural practices can also be a source of conflict. Sometimes countries misunderstand each other's traditions and values. This can lead to mistrust and even hostility. Learning to appreciate and respect these differences is essential. Sometimes countries are still angry about things that happened a long time ago. Imagine if your sibling broke your favorite toy years ago and you were still mad about it. Countries can hold on to grudges for a long time too. Past wars, injustices, and historical rivalries can fuel ongoing conflict. These historical grievances can make it difficult for countries to trust each other and move forward. Past conflicts can create deep wounds that take generations to heal. Even seemingly minor historical incidents can have long-lasting consequences. It's important for countries to acknowledge past wrongs and work towards reconciliation. Sometimes countries fight because they want to be the strongest or have the most control. This desire for dominance can stem from various motivations, including historical rivalries, economic ambitions, or strategic interests. Think about kids on a playground vying for the title of King of the Hill. Just like these children, nations often compete to be at the top, seeking to assert their dominance over others. Countries can have similar desires for power and influence. They engage in diplomatic maneuvers, form alliances, and sometimes even resort to threats to achieve their goals. They might want to control more land, resources, or have a bigger say in international affairs. Access to valuable resources like oil, minerals, and fertile land can be a significant motivator. This desire for dominance can lead to conflict and tension. Disputes over borders, trade routes, and political ideologies can escalate into violent confrontations. Some countries might try to expand their military capabilities, investing heavily in advanced weaponry and technology to deter potential adversaries, while others might seek to exert economic or political influence over other nations. Economic sanctions, trade agreements, and political pressure are tools often used to sway other countries. This competition for power can create a climate of mistrust and insecurity, increasing the risk of conflict. Nations may become suspicious of each other's intentions, leading to an arms race or diplomatic standoffs. It's important for countries to find ways to cooperate and share power. Building trust through dialogue and collaboration can help prevent conflicts and promote global stability. International organizations like the United Nations play a crucial role in promoting diplomacy and peaceful conflict resolution. They provide a platform for dialogue and help mediate disputes, fostering a more peaceful world. Sometimes countries can't work out their problems through talking, and things can escalate. This can lead to war, which is like a really serious fight between families. Wars are devastating and cause a lot of suffering. People get hurt, homes are destroyed, and lives are lost. It's important to remember that war is never the ideal solution and should always be avoided if possible. Another way countries might express their disagreement is through sanctions. Sanctions are like a punishment. One country might refuse to trade with another country or might freeze their assets. Even when things get tough, there are many people and organizations working hard to bring peace to the world. They dedicate their lives to ensuring that conflicts are resolved and harmony is restored. Just like a family therapist helps families work through their problems, international organizations like the United Nations help countries talk to each other and find solutions. They facilitate dialogue and create platforms for open communication. These organizations work to prevent conflicts, mediate disputes, and promote understanding between different countries. They organize conferences and discussions to address global issues and foster cooperation. Diplomats and negotiators play a crucial role in resolving international conflicts. They engage in complex negotiations and strive to reach agreements that benefit all parties involved. These individuals are trained in the art of diplomacy and work tirelessly to find common ground between opposing sides. Their expertise and dedication are essential in maintaining global peace. Peacekeeping forces are deployed to conflict zones around the world to maintain order and prevent further violence. They play a critical role in stabilizing regions and protecting vulnerable populations. These troops come from different countries and work under the banner of the United Nations to protect civilians, monitor ceasefires, and support peacebuilding efforts. Their presence is a symbol of international solidarity. Non-governmental organizations, or NGOs, also play a vital role in promoting peace. They provide humanitarian aid, support development projects, and advocate for human rights, contributing to long-term peace and stability. Just like in any family, respect and understanding are crucial for building peaceful relationships between countries. It's important to remember that every country has its own unique history, culture, and perspective. Learning to appreciate these differences is essential for building a world where everyone can live together in peace. Education plays a vital role in promoting respect and understanding. By learning about different cultures and histories, we can break down stereotypes and build empathy for people from different. Communication is also essential. When countries talk to each other openly and honestly, they can build trust and address their concerns peacefully. Ultimately, building a peaceful world requires a commitment from everyone.